my troopers hopping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers hopping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers.
Hi there. Hello. My name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with a Peanut Butter Filling, aka the Houdini of Sexy, aka the Shaman of Sexy, aka the World Heavyweight Champion, and aka the Perfect Specimen. Oh yeah, the Perfect Specimen. And today, we're going to be talking about a show called The Cuphead Show. So the Cuphead Show is based off of the game Cuphead that came out a few years ago, and it's about our main character, Cuphead, as he and his brother Mugman go to this carnival that's ran by the devil. Now the devil is running this carnival to basically get people's souls, right? And Cuphead ends up playing this game, which he loses, and the devil tries to claim Cuphead's soul, but because of Mugman and their combined efforts, they manage to avoid the devil, and Cuphead keeps his soul. And for the rest of the show, they gotta try to avoid the devil while the devil tries to take Cuphead's soul. So, as I said before, this show was based off of the game Cuphead that came out, and I think it came out in like 2016, 2017, I think. It came out sometime in the 2010s, in the late 2010s, and it was a pretty popular game, and they announced soon after the release of that game, they announced that a Cuphead TV show was going to be made, and it was going to go to Netflix. Now, everybody was hyped for the show because, like I said, the game was popular and people really enjoyed the game, and so when people heard that there was going to be a Cuphead TV show, they were pretty hyped. But years went by, and this show just felt like it was constantly in development hell, to the point where people almost forgot about the show. But they released a trailer, and that got people talking about it, and sometime this week, I believe last week, the show dropped, and yeah, let's talk about it. So this is an animated show, so let's talk about the animation. The animation, I like it. I like the animation. It's the animation kind of reminded me of like old cartoons, not Disney, but what's his name, Fleischer. It kind of reminded me of that style of animation. Do you guys know Fleischer Studios? They made Popeye and Betty Boop. You guys know Fleischer Studios? Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that animation style. Rubber hose characters bending and stretching, defying the laws of physics. Outrageous character designs too. There's one. Our main characters literally have cups for heads. Their caretaker is called Elder Kettle. There's a female character that gets introduced later on in the series called Miss Chalice. And there's a character also named King Dice. So, yeah, it reminded me of Fleischer Studios type animation. Animation like back in the day. You know, black and white, rubber hose style animation. That's what the animation in this show kind of reminded me of. And it was good. The animation was fluid. it's a good show to look at. You know, it's a great show to just look at and just enjoy the animation. Characters are fluid, and I didn't see any chops, so that's good. Uh, it's a good show to look at, but how's the rest of everything? So I thought it was the characters for the most part. I liked pretty much all of them. Uh, I liked Cuphead and Mugman's dynamic together. Uh, the first episode where we get introduced to Cuphead and Mugman, Elder Kettle is making them pancakes for breakfast, right? And Elder Kettle does some cartoon stuff and just throws a whole stack of pancakes over to them. Mugman just puts his plate up and catches all the pancakes and sets them on the table, right? Not Mugman. I think Cuphead puts his plate up and catches all the pancakes and puts it on the table. My bad. Mugman tries to do what Cuphead does, and all the pancakes just hit the wall and they fall on the ground. So Mughead's sad, but Cuphead, he cuts his stack of pancakes in half and gives the half of his pancakes to Mugman. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. Cuphead cuts his pancakes in half and gives the half to Mugman. So I thought that was cute, you know. I thought that moment made me, you know, like Cuphead right off the jump. I like their back and forth. I like how Mugman is sort of like the straight man to Cuphead's bullshit. Even though Mugman is like not that much better than Cuphead when it comes to getting into trouble and getting mischievous. God damn it. Mischievous. Damn it. In terms of getting mischievous and getting into trouble, forgive me, he's more rational, a little more mature, to balance out Cuphead's outrageousness. Yeah, like I said, he plays the straight man to Cuphead's craziness, and I like that dynamic, the straight man, goofy man dynamic. I think that's cool. One thing that I will say, though, is that this show is like I wouldn't say anthology. It's just, even though this show does have a plot, some episodes won't even mention the fact that the devil's trying to get Cuphead's soul. Some episodes will have just a completely new plot, and that could lead to some characters kind of getting sidelined, like Elder Kettle, for example. Elder Kettle is like Cuphead and Mugman's caretaker, right? Cuphead and Mugman's caretaker, right? And we see a little bit of him, but as the show goes on, we get to see more of him and more of his interactions with Cuphead and Mugman and see their dynamic. But to begin with, we don't really see much of him. I wish that, like, that's the thing about this show. It introduces new characters each episode, and the characters that we see for like the first episode doesn't really get enough time to shine. Elder Kettle gets his own episode near the end of the show, and we get to see his dynamic with Cuphead and Mugman, but throughout the rest of the show, we don't really get to see much of him. Also, with Miss Chalice, She shows up at literally the end, the last episode, and uh, I wish I would have seen more of her, because from what I've seen of the last episode, I really like her. She's also this mischievous person, but a person that'll charm somebody into getting what she wants. Because she's just that damn charming. She can just charm her way into everything to just get whatever she wants from people. And she does it in a way that's just charming. She isn't like screwing people over very badly, but she isn't doing anything malicious like that. She's kind of just doing being charming to get her way in certain things. She's not actively screwing people over a lot, and she can be very charming with it too. So I liked her, and I would like to see more of her. I thought we were going to see more of her throughout the show, but we get introduced to her at literally like the last episode, and that kind of made me sad. Not sad, disappointed. That's kind of the whole thing with this show, really. Some characters don't really get enough time to shine. Like I said before, almost every episode follows a different plot, and even though they do still mention the storyline with the devil trying to get Cuphead's soul. Each episode we get a new set of characters, and the next episode we don't see them again. I wish it kind of followed this show kind of had the same structure as Animaniacs, where they do follow different storylines and different characters, but throughout the show we get to see them again. We get to see those characters again and again every other episode to get us familiarized with them and to get us to like them more. So I wish this show kind of did what Animaniacs did in that sense, if that made any sense to you guys. The devil, I liked him. The devil's pretty charming. It was fun to see all of his various attempts to try and get Cuphead's soul. There was one episode specifically where Mugman creates this invisible sweater where if the devil touches it, it can shock him and hurt the devil and repel him back, basically. And there's this fun little montage of the devil coming up, trying to get Cuphead's soul, and the devil just getting shot to hell. So I like that too. King Dice is another character that we don't really get to see much of outside of the episode that he appears in. King Dice was pretty cool. He's the devil's sort of, I wouldn't say right-hand man, number one lieutenant, right? King Dice runs a sort of radio show. Think of think Family Feud, kinda. He kind of runs a show like that where he brings guests on, asks them questions, and if they get the question right, he takes them to the winner's room, where in reality it's just a room with a machine that sucks their soul out so the devil can get it. So King Dice was pretty cool to see, but again, I wish we saw more of him outside of the episode that he appears in. All in all, most of the characters I like. I just wish we saw more of these characters. Another thing that I didn't like is that they ended this show on a cliffhanger. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what happens in the last episode, but they ended it on a cliffhanger, And I'm just sitting there like, they didn't need to do this. Like, considering how long the show took to come out in the first place, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to make season 2. Now, granted, I get it. Animation takes a lot of time. But I wish they would have just ended the show and then later announced a season 2. But they just ended it on a cliffhanger. And now we gotta wait longer to see what happens. So I just didn't think they needed to end it off on a cliffhanger. But with all that being said, it's a good show. The episodes aren't that long. They're only like 10-15 minutes. There's only 12 episodes, so it's easy to binge. Some great animation, some great characters, some great dialogue. I just wish they didn't end it off on a cliffhanger. And I wish the show let characters shine a little more. Characters like Miss Chalice and Elder Kettle and King Dice. Characters, I just wish that the show had a little more time to showcase those characters more and let us see them more. But with all that being said, I give it 2 thumbs up with no J3T stamp of approval. I like it. It's not my favorite thing I've watched, but I like it. It's a good show. It's easy. It's an easy binge. You can binge this show in a day. So it's a good show. I recommend it. It's on Netflix. If you're looking for something quick to watch and enjoy, I recommend Cuphead. It's a good show. It's on Netflix now. Go watch it if you want to. Now, with that being said, that's about it. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you really like me, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it's free. I keep on telling y'all it's free. God. Don't be a dum-dum. Subscribe today. Deuces.